probably downloaded every productivity app on the store, right? Looking for that one thing that finally makes you feel in control. But based on the sources for our exploration today, I mean, you might be looking at a map of Chicago while trying to navigate New York.
Right, because the problem isn't your tools, it's your internal compass. We're diving into Stephen Covey's research today, and it really isn't about hacks. It's about this fundamental shift from the inside out.
Yeah, shifting your paradigms.
Right.
Which is, well, think of it like a mental lens. Like if you view a difficult employee as just lazy, you treat them one way.
But if you shift that paradigm to seeing them as struggling or maybe unsupported, your whole approach changes. Covey found that for like 150 years, success literature was all about character, integrity, humility.
And only recently did we pivot to this personality ethic, right, where we focus on public image and quick fix techniques.
Yeah.
But to be effective, you really have to get back to the PC balance.
Exactly.
Which is production versus production capacity. The golden eggs versus the goose.
Right. If you're grinding 80 hours a week to hit a goal, you get the eggs, but you're killing the goose. Your health and sanity in this case. Eventually those eggs stop because the goose is dead.
So to stop killing the goose, you have to start with the private victory, moving from dependent to independent. And that kicks off with habit 1, which is be proactive.
And be proactive sounds like one of those corporate break room posters, right? But it's actually about responsibility, your freedom to choose your response.
Like when your flight gets canceled and you explode at the gate agent. That is just reacting to the weather, which isn't even in your circle of influence.
Exactly. A proactive person focuses energy on what they can actually control, finding a hotel or working a new flight. Once you start stressing over your circle of concern, the things you can't change, your actual influence grows.
And once you realize you're the programmer of your own life, you have to write the code. That's habit 2. Begin with the end in mind.
You wouldn't build a house without a blueprint.
Right, so why live without a personal mission statement?
And if your life is centered on external things like money or your career, you're on shaky ground because those vanish.
But centering on internal principles gives you that stable foundation, which leads right into the physical creation part. Habit 3, but first things first. This is where everyone trips up, I think.
Oh, absolutely. People spend all day reacting to urgent crises in quadrant 30. Or they get stuck in quadrant 3, dealing with urgent but totally unimportant interruptions.
But constantly checking emails. So how do we actually get into quadrant 2, the important but not urgent stuff? Long-term planning or relationship building?
Well, it's not a lack of discipline. It's that your priorities aren't planted in your heart yet. If you haven't internalized habit 2, you will always choose the loud, urgent task over the quiet, important one.
You have to say no to the good to say yes to the best.
Exactly. Now, once you master your own schedule, you are ready for the public victory, moving into interdependence. But you can't have a good relationship if your emotional bank account is overdrawn.
Right, you need to make deposits first.
Yeah.
Keeping commitments, clarifying expectations, small acts of kindness.
And when trust is high, you can practice habit 4. Think win-win. It's an abundance mindset, believing there's enough success for everyone.
Which takes high courage to state your needs, but also high consideration for theirs. Tough to do in an argument, though.
That is why habit 5 is the prerequisite. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Most of us just wait for our turn to speak. We diagnose before we prescribe.
Empathic listening is the fix there. Listening with your eyes and heart. Because when people actually feel understood, they drop the defensiveness.
And that unlocks habit 6, synergize.
Stripping the corporate paint off that word synergy is really just creating a third alternative. It's not your way or my way. It's a better way neither of us could find alone.
Because you're finally valuing the fact that people see the world differently than you do. And wrapping it all up is habit 7, sharpen the saw, the habit of self-renewal.
Physical, spiritual, mental, and social renewal. If you don't take time to sharpen the saw, you spend double the energy cutting with a dull blade.
These habits really are a sequence building a foundation for self-mastery and healthy relationships.
You can't skip to the public victory without winning the private victory first. And as we wrap up this exploration, here's a thought to leave you with. Covey suggests using imagination rather than memory when dealing with others. If you chose to see someone's unseen potential instead of holding them hostage to their past mistakes, how would that change your very next conversation?